Just a quick kind of video on my phone. WWE have just announced the release of Bray Wyatt, a real name Wyndham Rotunda, a part, of course, of that famous family. There have been various reasons why Bray has not been on WWE TV very much recently. I think WrestleMania was his last appearance, or one of the last appearances. Certainly, loads of different reasons have been suggested. His mental health hasn't been great, including, of course, dealing with the passing of his good friend Brody Lee, who wrestled the last few months of his career and his life in AEW, leading the Dark Order. There was also been reports that creative really wasn't there. They weren't sure what to do with him. They weren't sure how to take it forward. There were also concerns and reports that Bray felt that he wasn't having good matches as the Fiend character, that he was a little bit stuck in kind of stuck within that kind of character, and the kind of matches that he'd had recently he hadn't enjoyed. That's the reports that went around just a couple of weeks ago. Very recently, that was one of the reasons why he hadn't been seen on TV, and one of the problems why he was having a little bit of mental health issues, if that is the case. Certainly frustrations on the he felt that he couldn't have as good matches as he possibly could have using that character. He felt he was a little bit walled in with that character at the type of matches that he felt he could have. This is a little bit surprising in him being released this way. Just an announcement on social media, on Twitter, on Facebook. I saw on Facebook they've released him, come to terms on his release, and that's all it says. Wish him well in his future endeavours, which is the typical WWE saying now. I don't know whether that opens the doors to Bray. There was a photo going around a little just the other day actually, with him, and it apparently looked like he was in really good shape. So whether that means he's going to be wrestling elsewhere, whether he's going to go to AEW or New Japan or Impact and get mixed in with that kind of stuff, I don't know. We will just have to wait and see whether he in fact does wrestle, or whether, like his brother Bo, who was also recently released, Bo is seemingly moving on with his life outside of professional wrestling. So whether Bray Wyatt will do the same, Wyndham Rotunda will do the same. It just says we wish him all the best in his future endeavours. I'm just checking it as I'm speaking. Yeah, that's an unfortunate thing. I think there was a great scope of that character. I think they kind of hemmed themselves in as well. I don't know, I'm using a lot of, kind of claustrophobic kind of analogies here, but I think there was a great wide range that they could have gone with that character, but it's kind of a pity to see him being released. Where exactly that leaves Alexa Bliss, because she's doing a Wyatt Fiend inspired plus mixed in with Harley Quinn kind of gimmick recently. She was kind of Sister Abigail. I don't know where that leaves her. I'd like to see that continue, because I think she's doing it very well. I liked her performance at Money in the Bank. I think there's certainly potential to kind of offshoot the character apart from the Fiend. I don't know what exactly they would do, but yeah, that's so. Bray Wyatt has been released. Just quickly double check. Says WWE have come to terms on the release of Bray Wyatt. We wish him well. We wish him the best in all his future endeavours. So it looks like his days from being NXT as Husky Harris, right through to the kind of cult leader of Bray Wyatt, and then to his days of the Fiend, are over for him in WWE, which is just such a shame. I'm hoping he's not stepping away from professional wrestling. I would like to see him do stuff in other companies, but honestly, I wouldn't with his frustrations and perhaps his mental health supposedly not been great over the last couple of years, I wouldn't entirely be surprised if he stepped away from professional wrestling. Doesn't say anything about whether he's a 90-day no compete clause or anything like that. We'll wait and see. But yeah, that's unfortunate news that they couldn't find a way forward with Bray, both professionally and personally.